All right, class, today we're going to talk about shading patterns. All right, so for shading, to shade a form, all you need to understand is how light works. As the light hits the surface, it reflects right back. More light is reflected from the surface that are facing the light source, making them look lighter, and then usually it is the highest area of the form, and areas that do not get the direct light are darker. As you can see from the example I shared, the dark areas to show how form is created. So let's talk about the surface. So two surfaces facing different directions cannot be the same value. As you see over here, these are not the same value because they are facing two different directions. One surface is facing a light source over here, and it will be the lightest one. The surface that does not directly face the light source will be get partial light and will be darker. So that's this one over here. Shade darker the area of biggest contrast to emphasize it, and then shaded area that's the drop shadow will not be the same value. Drop shadow is always darker. So you can really change the way that you design something and the way that your design looks by manipulating the shadows. So here are three very similar forms, and they all look extremely, extremely different. So some surfaces or parts of surface get partial light. Transitions between directly lit and partially lit areas can be sharp and contrasted, which the top image is, or they can kind of be a soft and gradulated, which is the bottom. So be aware of the positioning of your light source when shading, and have your pencil strokes follow the form to support it. So you can see on this one, the pencil strokes are following the form to really support that value, and experiment with different forms. So you could have a nice flowing ribbon, you could have some kind of more block shape ribbon, kind of experiment a little bit with these. So have your light source be consistent throughout your entire design will really help you make it look more lifelike and have a more cohesive artwork. So let's talk about your worksheet a little bit. For your worksheet, you're going to create this page over here. I'm going to give you guys the blank worksheet, and I want you to pretend that the light source is up here, and then create all of these different shapes and really just test out how your value should look if your light source was up top. After you complete the worksheet, you are going to create a project. For creating your project, you are going to create your own spiral tubing. I want you to use up a full sheet of paper and draw at least 4 different tubes. I really want them to be intertwined. They can go around each other. They can kind of go behind each other. I really want them to be fully intertwined. And just spend about 15 to 20 minutes per tube and fill up the entire space. And of course, I want you to shade it, but not with pencil. I want you to shade with colored pencil. So use 4 different colors. So each spiral tubing will have a different color of colored pencil, and then really focus on that smooth shading and getting that light right, and just having kind of a fun, organic shaped project.